new resources as well as defense and security. Evariste Ndayishimiye is the president of Burundi and is the outgoing chairman of the community and handing over the leadership to the president of Southern Sudan, Salva Kiir.
I am determined to direct our efforts in improving the lives of the people of East Africa and increasing the competitiveness of the productions of business products and investment. South Sudan has joined the East African community in 2016 as a member country.
On the other hand, the president of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, says that his country is delighted to be accepted as a member of the East African community.
A Deputy Minister of Works, Engineer Godfrey Kasekenya, says the government plans to start the construction of a 218 kilometers four-lane road from Igawa in Mbeya to Tunduma in Songwe, expected to cost 1.33 trillion shillings. He adds that the project will involve construction of a 480 kilometers bypass road from Inyala, Uyole to Songwe. He was addressing residents of Rwanda Village, Mbos district in the Songwe region. Here are more details.
This road has its uniqueness, even though the contractor has started with 2 kilometers. Honorable Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, in order to ensure that women contractors show their ability, she has given instructions that in the first 21 kilometers, it will be divided, and the female contractors will be given a chance to construct. We are building this road at the asphalt level in phases. This road has layers that will be able to carry the load of larger vehicles. Now get ready. This is the interest to get Malawi. Those coming from Malawi have no reason to go through Tunduma. They will pass through here. Come up with businesses here. It will be a good shopping area.
The 31.1 kilometers Dar es Salaam Rapid Transit DART fourth phase from the city center to Tegeta is expected to be completed after 18 months from now, and the contractors have already started initial operations. Speaking to TBC News, the project manager William Gatambi said the completion of this project will help to further improve development activities. The project, which is financed by the World Bank, is expected to cost 219 billion Tanzanian shillings. Here are more details.
The project, which is financed by the World Bank, is expected to cost 219 billion shillings and will connect Tegeta and the city centre through Ali Hassan Mwinyi and Mwenge to Ubungo through Sam Nyujoba Road. William Gatambi is the head of the Communication and Public Relations Division of Dar es Salaam Rapid Transit DART. While this project continues, construction in other areas is in progress, including Gongolamboto. Despite the great need of the service, the authorities have already prepared a plan to eliminate the emerging challenges. The Dar es Salaam Rapid Transit DART started in 2016 in the city of Dar es Salaam, and the completion of the fourth phase is expected to make the transportation service within the city centre easier.
Good news there for the Tegeta residents and the residents of the whole city of Dar es Salaam. Deputy Minister for Finance Hamad Hassan Chande directs Institute of Tax Administration to ensure that it conducts detailed research studies aiming to eliminate challenges in tax collection systems and help to design new and workable resources of tax revenues. He gave the directive in Dar es Salaam in the 16th graduation ceremony of the Institute of Tax Administration, where 508 were graduated in the field of customs and taxes. The Deputy Finance Minister says the institute is responsible for conducting research studies to help fight fiscal and tax challenges and ensure voluntary payment of taxes, a step that will enable the government increase revenue and which will be used for the implementation of various projects.
This should be a given priority considering the way businesses run throughout the world. We need to make sure that businesses is done electronically and tax is full collected on time. Revenue authorities, in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, will continue to allocate sufficient funds for the implementation of ongoing projects, especially in the areas of infrastructure improvements and the teaching environment.
On the other hand, the chairperson of the Council of the Institute, Samuel Wirama, and the rector of the Institute, Professor Isaiah Jairo, say the Institute will continue to strengthen relations and cooperation with international tax institutions and design various trainings that are in line with the government's expectations and economic changes in Africa and around the world.
Every time we carry out our duties to provide better training, we enable the Tanzania Revenue Authority to achieve revenue collection goals, and thus enable the nation to fulfill its duty to bring development to the communities.
According to the Deputy Minister of Finance, the Institute has been chosen as a center of excellence in the tax and finance sector in East African countries by providing experts in the field of tax and customs. Minister for Minerals Anthony Mavunde says currently the only area that has undergone key mining processes of exploration and discovery in the country is only 16%. Following this, experts in the mining sector say that in order to increase efficiency in the mining sector, more experts are needed. Here is a report prepared by John Matthias and read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
Minister of Mining Anthony Mavunde is in Kurasini, involving himself to understand more their operations. Here, the conducive environment created by the government for the sector is highlighted.
Through various policies, laws and regulations, have enabled doing business in Tanzania to be easy and thus enable more investors to come and invest in the country.
Minister Mavunde puts an equal emphasis on exploration and discovery process in the mining sector.
The area that has been thoroughly researched is only 16% of the country, and that 16% is what made the mining sector last year, by contributing to the acquisition of foreign currencies worth $3.3 billion.
Zura Mkindi is a lecturer from the Department of Mining, Oil and Gas Engineering from the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, who says to ensure efficiency in the sector, more professionals are needed. The private sector says the sector should open more opportunities.
The sector continues to open doors in a friendly environment by attracting more investors.
From Dar es Salaam, now we move all the way to the Kigoma region, where the leader of the ACT Wazalendo Party, Zito Kabwe, says he will not run for the leadership position of the party in the next party election in order to give others a chance to lead the party. Zito made the statement while addressing a public meeting in Buhigwe district in the Kigoma region, insisting that he will hand over the leadership position to someone else to show how the party is different from other political parties.
Chama chetu kina taratibu tofauti na vyama vingine.
Our party has different procedures compared to others. If a leader serves 2 periods of 5 years each, the member is not allowed to continue leading. I have completed 2 periods.
Furthermore, Zito says that he respects the constitution of his party and therefore he has to give space to other people to bring new ideas to the party.
Tuna uchaguzi mkuu wa chama.
We have party election in which another party leader will be elected. The next election will be in March 2024. I will hand over the leadership to the elected party leader.
And as today is Friday, we bring you another feature on tourism. And tonight we bring you a story on Kimani Waterfalls. The Kimani Waterfalls are the most beautiful and they are waterfalls on many rocky cliffs. And you can go down to see the ponds and the water as it falls. Here are more details with Kanki Mwaigomole.
Tanzania, a country well known for its beautiful tourist destinations, Kimani Waterfalls being one of them, found in the South Highlands in Mbeya and Njombe regions. Kimani waterfalls are renowned for their natural beauty and enchanting forest that surrounds it. The water that flows down through these falls descends on the rocks arranged like stairs and decorated by the surrounding forest, making these falls look unusual, and the weather here is quite pleasant. The falls are about 110 kilometers from their city, which makes it a 2-hour drive to get there. Welcome to Kimani Waterfalls. Welcome to Tanzania.
That's the story there about Kimani Waterfalls. And as I always say, that is one amongst many reasons why everybody should visit Tanzania. Now, before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now have a look on today's exchange rates, according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday. That is from Monday to Friday at 10 p.m. to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news. And time now to get all the latest in international news.
More than 1,700,000 people need help after heavy rains fell in Somalia. The rain that have been falling for several days have caused people to become homeless, and more than 50 people have died. Experts say the rain is linked to the El Nino weather event, which often causes floods in East Africa. The new president of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, has called for unity among the citizens of the country. Speaking in his first speech since being officially elected, Boakai said the election is over. People must be together to rebuild their country. The new president has promised to increase the development of the entire country, especially by building roads in the southeast region that have been neglected for many years. He has said the fight against corruption will be one of his priorities. Reforms in security and justice systems and ensuring the rule of law is respected. Boakai, veteran of Liberian politics, won with 50.64% of the votes against 49.36% of his opponent, George Weah. And the leader of the military government in Niger, General Abdurrahman Tiani, has visited the countries of Mali and Burkina Faso. On a visit to Burkina Faso, General Tiani met with the leader of the military government, Ibrahim Traore, where he thanked the country for continuing to do business with his country. Previously, General Tiani has met with the military leader of Mali, Assimi Goïta, in his first international visit since the military coup in Niger. General Tiani has thanked Mali for standing with the authorities and the people of Niger. The news said Mali and Burkina Faso, both led by military leaders who came to power through coup in 2020 and 2022, have shown solidarity with the Niger generals after taking power at the end of July.
That was in the news as compiled and read by Gania Jumbe. Sports news now, up next. In sports news, interim head coach of Simba, Daniel Cadena, urges Simba fans to forget the past and come to support their team tomorrow against Mimosas of Ivory Coast as the players are ready to restore winning ways of the club. Cadena says difficulties of getting good results in the recent matches should not be the reason for the fans not be able to go and support the team, while defender Shea Malon says that Simba will represent Tanzania tomorrow, urging everybody to support it.
We have the transition. We changed the staff. Now the mentality is different, the work is different, and I think only when you're thinking the next match and for tomorrow. And I trust in my team, in my work, and of course in Simba fans.
We all represent Simba. We play for Simba, they support Simba. So if they abandon us now, it means we are not a family. So we will do our best to get back to winning ways starting tomorrow. And we will do that with their support. They need to push us, because when they are there, it gives us the zeal to make them go back home with smiles on their faces.
Simba will play with ASEC Mimosas in the group stage game of the African Champions League at 4 p.m. at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. Furthermore, Simba Sports Club has just announced a new head coach, Delak Ben Chika from Algeria. Ben Chika won a CAF Confederation Cup last season with USM Alger, and now he will take the role what Robertinho left after being sacked by the club. And that's sports news. Now, due to unforeseen circumstances, we're not going to have the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. And that will be marking the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, we wish you a good night and have a constructive weekend.
Katika msimu wa sikukuu, TBC inarudisha shukrani kwa wateja wake kwa ofa bab kubwa. Tangaza biashara yako kupitia TBC One, TBC Taifa na TBC FM. Upate matangazo mawili bure. TBC 2, mitandao yetu ya YouTube na Facebook. Pia tunatoa punguzo la 20% kwa vipindi, matangazo kwenye habari ya Kiingereza, matangazo mbashara, matangazo ya shule, vyuo, bango na graphics. Ofa itaanza Novemba 15, 2023 hadi Januari 15, 2024. Tumia fursa hii kukuza biashara yako. Sisi TBC, mteja kwetu ni mwenzetu. Kwa mawasiliano zaidi, fika ofisi za idara ya masoko, jengo la mawasiliano lililoko mtaa Jamhuri, Nyerere Road na Mikocheni, Dar es Salaam, pamoja na ofisi za